To understand modern ice fishing, you have to understand what it's like to be a fish under a coating of ice. The impact of being iced over becomes more pronounced the longer the ice remains, the thicker the ice becomes, and the thicker the snow cover on top of the ice becomes. If you fish in a place where ice covers the water for more than about a month, you need to consider that fish might make seasonal movements under the ice, and that factors such as water temperature and oxygen levels can change both fish location and activity. We have come to talk about three main periods: early ice, midwinter, and late ice. This does not have to be complicated. Basically, shallow water is usually home to more fish and more biting fish during the early and late ice periods. This is not true for all species and all waters, but it is a general tendency. First ice and last ice can be thought of as additional, separate periods. But for now, it's most important, as Dave Genz describes, to understand likely differences you'll find at early ice, midwinter, and late ice.
In the winter, there are seasonal movements under the ice. Many fish are shallow, close to shore at first ice. As the winter progresses, they move out to sunken islands, points, more out in the middle of the lake. As we get closer to spring, the fish start moving back into the bays as the ice goes away. Remember to follow the fish through the winter.
How clear the water is and the current condition of weeds and other shallow cover are huge factors when it comes to whether winter fish will be found in shallow water. Here's the least you need to know. If you find upright, fairly healthy weeds that grow to about 8 feet or deeper, there's a good chance you'll find good numbers of catchable fish in shallow water. Other shallow cover, such as brush and submerged trees, can also keep fish in the shallows. But if there is little in the way of healthy weeds, most of the time your time is better spent looking for fish in middle depths or basin areas. Again, this is not universally true for all fish and all lakes, but it is a good rule of thumb that can get you started in most cases. Here's Genz on how to approach looking for fish in the winter.
Remember, now that I said that, it doesn't hold true for all lakes all the time. In some lakes, many fish are deep all winter long. So if you can't find them shallow early, check the deep water. They might be there.
This next piece of information should now make perfect sense. If you live and fish in a place where safe ice rarely remains for more than a few weeks at a time, you will always be fishing either first or last ice conditions.